Hey guys, welcome back to Never Tasted Better. I want to show you how to make delicious old-fashioned donuts. Not just any old donut though, pumpkin old-fashioned donuts. I've been craving a good pumpkin donut for so long now, and finally I decided to break down and make my own. These donuts are crisp on the outside. They have the right amount of pumpkin and pumpkin spice in there. They have a delicious sweet maple glaze. Absolutely amazing. Let's go ahead and get started. Wow. Our first step to making our pumpkin donuts, we are going to sift together our dry ingredients. You're going to need 3 cups cake flour, and I'm going to try really hard not to drift off in a British accent. I've been watching a lot of the Great British Bake Off, such a good show. Let's add 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt to the rest of our cake flour. Our pumpkin spices, we have 3/4 teaspoon nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon allspice, and 1 teaspoon cinnamon. We're going to sift it together with the rest of our cake flour. Let's mix it up a few times using a large whisk. Our second step, you're going to need your large stand mixer. Let's add 1/2 cup white sugar, 2 tablespoons unsalted butter, and cream them together until the mixture is really sandy and crumbly. Scrape down the bowl as needed with your spatula. Add 2 large egg yolks, and we're going to cream it again until it's light and fluffy this time. Alright guys, so once it's a beautiful pale yellow color, we're going to add in 1/3 of our dry ingredient mixture, and we're going to mix it in on low speed. You are going to need 2/3 cup sour cream and 1/2 cup pumpkin puree. We're going to be adding this alternately like our dry mixture, making sure it all gets evenly combined. Back to the dry mixture, add that in and mix. Add a little of your sour cream and pumpkin. Make sure that you keep your mixer on low speed this whole time. Scrape down your bowl as needed. Add the rest of your flour and the rest of your sour cream and pumpkin. And we're going to mix it one last time. The dough is going to be very sticky. We're going to transfer this to a clean glass bowl, and we have to refrigerate it before we roll it out. Now you can refrigerate this anywhere from 1 hour to overnight, whatever you prefer. Cover your bowl tightly in plastic wrap, and it's ready for the fridge. Our third step is making our glaze. Add 1 cup maple syrup to a saucepan, and we're going to bring this to a slow, steady boil until it reduces in half. Make sure you're constantly whisking, and we're going to add 2 tablespoons unsalted butter to our maple syrup. Stir this around until melted. Add 1/4 cup powdered sugar, and we're going to whisk this until all of those lumps disappear. Once all of it is mixed really well, we're going to remove it off the heat, and we're going to pour it into a clean glass bowl. We're ready to roll out our pumpkin donuts, guys. I'm so excited. Let's go ahead and flour our baking mat really well, and we're going to also flour our rolling pin, making sure that everything is just heavily floured so it doesn't stick. I always like to put a little bit of flour on the top of my dough, and we're going to start gently rolling back and forth. Our dough needs to be about 1/2 inch thick, so make sure it's even on all sides and in the middle as well. Go around the edges, just piecing them together with your hands. It's a really soft, pliable dough, so easy to work with, guys. We're ready to cut out our shapes. Now I have a 6-inch wide bowl here. I know I don't have a donut cutter. I'm kind of embarrassed, guys. I'm sorry, but it actually worked really well. Also, I have a little measuring cup for cough syrup here to cut out my donut holes. This worked fantastic, guys. No complaints. Set your donuts on some parchment paper lined plates. Also your donut holes, don't forget them. And finish cutting as many donuts as you can out of your first batch. I don't know how they do it on baking shows, guys. That pressure would get to me so bad. Pick up all your leftover scraps, and we're going to have to reshape this as best we can so we can roll it out again to a 1/2 inch thickness. So just repeat the process until you have used up all of your pumpkin donut dough. Don't waste any of it, guys. It's too delicious. Let's stick these guys in the fridge while our oil gets nice and hot. You're going to need a large pot, and we're going to fill this halfway full of canola oil. I like to use my candy thermometer to make sure I can monitor the heat. I made sure that the oil stayed around 325 degrees the whole time I was frying the donuts. I had my wire rack with a cookie sheet and a paper towel on top just standing by ready for the donuts. Once your oil is nice and hot, we're going to lay our donuts gently into the oil. And we're not going to do anything until they start to float. Once they start to float, you're going to set a timer for 30 seconds, and then we are going to flip them. 30 seconds is up, so I'm going to flip both of my donuts here, and we're going to cook on the other side for 1 minute straight or until they are golden brown. Once they are done cooking, go ahead and transfer them to their wire rack. Go ahead and finish cooking the rest of your donuts. Make sure that you're monitoring the oil as you go along. Sometimes it can get way too hot and you don't want to burn your donuts. One of my donuts got a little bit wonky looking, but it still tasted great. For the donut holes, you're going to put them all in, and you're going to wait till they float. Fry them for 30 seconds, flip them over, fry them on the other side for 30 seconds as well. Our last step, you're going to pour all of that glaze onto a plate, and we're going to take each donut while they are still warm, dip them and swirl them around in that amazing stuff, and repeat the process until each and every single donut is coated. If you guys are planning on selling your house, forget about making those chocolate chip cookies. Just make these pumpkin donuts and they'll buy it no problem. These donuts can be stored in an airtight container for up to 5 days. But let me tell you, they did not last past 2 days in my household. Everybody loved them. They were a major hit. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and bye.